Oh, we've got a video here. Is my bike outdated? Remember the Hodge twins back in the day? Hodge twins. Remember how many views the Hodge twins used to get back in the day? It's amazing how YouTube changes. I think a lot of platforms, Instagram, I get more views on Instagram stories sometimes than some of my videos on YouTube. It's the competition for YouTube is definitely there. The platform back in the day it was just YouTube. Now it's Insta, now it's TikTok, Facebook, etc. All right, let's get to the question, Durinator. My bike is outdated. Someone was going to get a SL4 tarmac off of one of their friends. I don't recommend buying secondhand carbon unless you really know what you're looking for. All right, unless you really know what you're looking for. You could be buying a cracked frame, and that crack might be okay, but also could be catastrophic. Okay, so a paint crack around the bottom bracket, no worries. Something around the head tube or the steerer, no good. But yeah, basically, you know, you want to. Again, you can get paint cracks around the head tube and be okay. So it depends. It depends. Is your bicycle outdated, man? To be honest, the best bikes were from 2005 to 2015, really. I based my Pragma glycogen frame set modeled after the bikes in 2008, you know, the RSs and the early model Super 6s and the Sculpturas, the FM66, etc. And you can buy the FM66 off you know, AliExpress or Alibaba or whatever. But will it be a good one? You know, it's a good design, but will it be stiff enough where it matters? Will it be safe enough in the fork? You know, will it be painted properly? Will the bearings be aligned properly? You know what I mean? There's definitely some cheap FM66s out there. I source from what I would consider the best Chinese OEM factory out there. Actually, I source from a few. But yeah, some of the factories out there I wouldn't recommend, you know. And a lot of stuff on AliExpress is legit. Some of it is shit. So be careful what you buy off AliExpress. Buyer be warned. Buyer be warned. If you don't want any doubts, just let me be your broker, all right? You get the best deal anyway, and you get to deal with me. So that's a good deal. But in terms of secondhand deals, I mean, I had a customer. I shouldn't call it a customer. I call them people. I had a person yesterday write me and saying, you know, they want to get a frame off me, and they're based in Melbourne, Australia. And I said, you know, cool, fair enough. But to be honest, you know, what are you looking for? And they said, I just really want a frame, blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, you know, for your money, you live in Melbourne. Melbourne's probably one of the best bike markets in the world, secondhand. So your options are really, really thick. And I sent them a few links to a, you know, to a TCR that's in good looks, in good condition, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what they thought of me doing that. Maybe I don't know if they got offended or they appreciate it or be like, hey, dude, I just want to buy a bike off you. We're trying to sell me something secondhand off of Facebook or whatever. Like, you know, I'm just being honest with them. Yeah, I treat people how I want to be treated. Simple as that. Simple as that. I think that's the way that we should live in the world. But for a lot of people, they don't have access to second market, or they don't know what to get, or they just want something brand new and they want something custom painted, so they get one of my bikes. And that's cool too, right? You know, I get it. But in terms of this outdated, talked to another guy the other day. He's like, oh, you know, I upgraded my bike because, you know, felt like it was outdated. You know, I was riding the old stuff. And I'm like, how's the new bike feel? It's no different, you know. If anything, I like the old bike better. And I'm like, yeah, you know, the new stuff is like, you know, it's like the let's use Cervelo for example. You know, there's the forks. In my opinion, on the S5, whatever it is, S10 or whatever it is, you know, they can bang into the frame. If you overturn it, or if you drop the bike, and bang into the down tube. It's just like, oh my God. And just to tune the headset and adjust the handle, oh man, that's so much faffing around. You know, often when we buy a bike from these brands, we don't think of there's going to be any faff. Like, oh, I'm spending $10,000. I'm spending $20,000. I'm spending $15,000. It's going to be a good bike. No way, man. Price isn't guarantee of quality in 2020. Just look at Apple product, you know. Look at some of the bikes being released now. Look at my Specialized Epic. That's like the most expensive mountain bike on the market, and the suspension design is, you know, it's Hambini Age 5. It's horrendous, you know. Should send that friend to Hambini. You know, and that's just not my experience with the S-Work. A lot of people have these issues with the Epic shot, right? So one, it wouldn't be fair to criticize, but a lot of people are having the same issue with it. Same with some of these bikes out there on the market. You know, there's new stuff. I like proven things. The SL4 tarmac is proven. They did have a fork recall though, okay? The SL3 tarmac, in my opinion, is more proven. With a BSA bottom bracket, external cables, it's good. But the SL4 is a great bike. I've got an SL4 tarmac S-Works. Just be careful. The main issue of the SL4 is you got to drop the fork out and have a look. Actually, a lot of Specialized frames have this issue. A lot of Cervelo frames have this issue. Some people say it's because the head tube isn't faced properly, can cause etching of the steerer. I would say, I don't know, it's a bit disagreement. I would say it could be because of ridden with a loose headset. That could be an issue. Because I've seen it on 2 Specialized bikes, I've seen it on Lapierre bikes, I've seen a lot of Cervelo bikes. A lot of Cervelo bikes have this problem. And that could be because the average Cervelo owner, in my opinion, is more of a noob. You know, they want to buy a bike, you know, because it's got a Cervelo sticker on it and blah, blah, blah. Even though the people who founded Cervelo don't even own the company anymore. It's owned by, I think, a sports or a toy factory or whatever in China. Made in China, which is fine. My bike's made in China. China makes good stuff. I'm just saying, you're spending a lot of money for something that's made in China. You know, I'm just like, wow. And they would get their frames for a lot cheaper than I get mine. And they sell them for a lot more than I was. They sell their frames sometimes like 10 times the markup or more, 20 times the markup even. It's like, wow. Some people out there just want to get, not ripped off, but they want to spend more than they have to. And that's, you know, that's fine. You know, that's fine. I think you'd be getting ripped off if you bought a frame that was a fake or something like that. Then that would be, you know, my definition of ripped off. Otherwise, yeah, that's my definition is ripped off. I would say if you pay, you know, for a brand new S-Works frame or whatever, or what I've paid, you're paying way more. I would never ever buy a dual suspension bike ever again. I would never ever buy a brand name bike ever again, brand new, because I just know what I can get from China from my factories, or I know what's on the second-hand group in Facebook, you know, that can be almost near brand new. So, yeah, that's but you got to drop that fork out before you buy it. Drop the fork out. And if the seller won't let you drop the fork out, there's legitimate reasons. They're thinking, oh, what if you damage the fork? Or they're just like, yeah, the fork's fine, you know. Well, let me have a look. No. So you get those people out there who are really like, eh. And if they won't let you see the fork, say, well, how about we drop the price down. If the fork is damaged, if the headset bearing has worn into it and I have to replace it, that's going to cost me, you know, $300 to $800 to replace an S-Works fork, if you can get the same one in the same color, if you can. With my forks from my brand, Pragma bikes, if you snap a fork in a crash, or maybe you're right with a loose headset and you do etch it out, I can sell you another fork for $100, including shipping, maybe $200, including shipping or painting. You know what I mean? We can look after you. Try doing that with a Specialized product. You're going to be having an expensive bill. Try riding this Cervelo bike, crash the fork in a crit, and see how much it's going to cost you to replace that fancy handlebar, fancy fork, you know? And I'm not really having to go at Cervelo, even though it might sound like it. I'm just saying that these proprietary designs, like let's just use a Canyon bike or whatever, it's one-piece bar, like, they're so expensive, man. They're so expensive. And then the latest tech, but for me, it's like the latest headache. Like, can you imagine? Like, I talk to my bicycle mechanic friends, and they hate working on these new bikes, you know? Some of them like the challenge, but in general, they're just like, oh man. Back in the day when I worked in the bike industry, bike shop, you know, all the bikes were just so easy to service, you know? There was like Cannondale BB30, but not many of those were sold because they were like the CAD 6s and the CAD 7 BB30, and they were expensive bikes, so there wasn't many out there. And then Cannondale made BB30 like across the board, I think back in 2010 or whatever, when the CAD 10 came out. So, and the Synapse, and it became BB30 everywhere. And so then there's more creaking and groaning, and then Specialized did BB30. They did the OSBB. They dropped the BSA from the SL. You know, once the SL3 came out, the SL4 came out. Actually, Specialized moved to BB30 OSBB, and now they're moving back to, you know, BSA on their Epic and Roubaix, which is a good step in the forward direction. So, you know, they start off as BSA, Specialized, and Cannondale. And then they Specialized moved back to BSA, which is a threaded cut system. It's just far more durable, far more easy to line up. You get less ovalization in the press fit setup that you can get if you're a big, strong rider like Uncle Chester. And so, yeah, the bikes aren't getting better these days. In my opinion, they're getting heavier, they're getting harder to work on, and mechanics, when they see you walking, they're like, oh, not another Madone. Not another S. Is it S5? Not another one. Not another Canyon Air Road with that stupid one-piece bar stem and the clamp system and not another Focus as the Alco Max with the broken steerer tube. Oh no, not another one. Yeah, all this stuff. Not another Venge. We're gonna do the cables and oh no, not another one. Not one we have to pull a hole to rebleed the fork. Oh, it's just it's just a lot of faffing around, man. But then again, some bike shops are happy because it makes a lot of money because to service these bikes now, wow, to build them up, that ain't no joke, That ain't no joke. For the expense and time and the faff. I love working on bikes. It's a passion of mine now. So a real passion. I love being that fine-tuned OCD, panic mechanic. I love that. It feels really good. But get me to work on hydro disc, I'm like, no thanks. No thanks. Now I'm teaching myself how to do wheels. And so that's, I've got a guy in Adelaide, Kim from North Adelaide Cycles. He's taught me a bit, and he's definitely a wheel smith, a wheel master. So it's been good to have Kim as a bit of a guide there over the years. And now I'm finally thinking, well, it's about time I learn myself, because what if I'm on the road and I bust a spoke and I'm like, well, hey Kim, can you help me out? I'm 2,000 away, So it's good to learn stuff yourself, for sure. And these skills are very, very basic to learn. You just got to practice, 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 and have no frustration when you do it. So is your bike outdated? SL4, no. Is it safe? Drop the fork out, have a look. All right? Look inside with the torch, look outside, look for that bearing wear. All right? It's called the ring of death. It's at the top headset bearing. All right? So drop the fork out, have a look, get a rag, clean it, and just look for that etching. All right? Because eventually it goes all the way through, cause a failure. And these forks are very strong. The SL4 did have a recall. And it's hard to find exactly why they recalled the fork. There was a lot of failures. Some forks may have not been recalled, so make sure it is a recall. Maybe get Specialized on the phone. They're very good at helping with that. Got good customer service. Even if they can't fix the problem, they'll do their best to fix it. And so maybe give them a call. So I've got SL4 fork. How do I know if it's been recalled? And then look for those signs. Because I did have some issues with the failures on the SL4 fork. Hopefully that's of some help. The new bikes, most of the designs I don't like. I just see headache. I'm just like, oh, mechanical headache. Mechanical headache, Especially these hydro discs on road bikes and the skinny Durace rotors warping under heat on the downhills. It's just like, oh man. Frustration nation. Right. So anyway, if you want a faff-free, brand new carbon bike, go to duranride.com, get a Pragma glycogen off me. I deal with the best FM66s out there. The best. And you deal straight with me. So if you've got a certain paint job you want or whatever, we can talk back and forth. We can get the right fit for you as well. You might buy AliExpress, but what fit do you need? How's it going to handle? When you're talking to me, you're talking to someone who owns these bikes and rides these bikes and races these bikes and have sold many of these bikes, and I get the feedback and stuff. So that's where you get it, and you got to get it cheaper from me anyway. So I don't know why someone want to buy it from someone else, pay more or pay similar and get a sub-level FM66. You can do that if you want, But hey, it's your money, it's your life, it's your safety, it's your performance, whatever. I've ridden a few FM66s from other brands I won't mention because it would be unfair for me to mention. Maybe they changed their design or they're factory sourced. But the ride quality was freaking shocking. I was like, oh my God, this is the same frame as I've got, but you got it from that factory. It rides like it rides like a wet noodle. It's annoyingly flexy, and it just feels dead. It just feels dead. What I like about my Tarmacs is they roll along really well, and so do my glycogen frames. They just got this hollow, rolly feeling, especially when you got some nice wheels in there. But some of these Chinese frames out there, they just feel dead. And 99% of the bikes now are made in China. Right? 99%. Even when it says made in Taiwan, the frame's made in China. And to avoid punitive tariffs and an expensive frame, they ship it to Taiwan for painting and assembly, and then it's made in Taiwan. I learned this from Rob from Factor, and I also learned it from a few of my Chinese contacts that I have now. The guy from Thesis, who was very helpful to me, what's his name, Randy or Randall? Randy Randall, he was very helpful. So shout out to Thesis Bike. These guys who used to work for Specialized, Candle, whoever, etc. They're industry, industry, experience. And so I've been able to learn from them, and I'm very, very grateful for that. And I think it's great. It just makes for a better quality product. And then it's also education of the consumer. When they see just a standard design, they go, that's boring. It's like, yeah, this is boring because you've seen it before, but it's proven and it's safe. And you can go buy the latest bike from someone else with a brand new design, but they haven't really sold many units, or they've put out a lot of units. Like Specialized had a fork recall, or was it Cannondale? One of the two. 13,000 forks recalled. That's a huge waste of resources. Carbon fiber's like asbestos, man. Like, I love it, but we need to, like, that's why I don't do a road disc fork. I'm gonna do the gravel fork, okay, it's heavier duty, but a road disc, I just think it's too lightweight, man. I wouldn't recommend a road disc. It's too lightweight and it's too early. I think we're going to see a lot of even more recalls in the future, and that's such a waste of carbon product, you know, because you're just getting crunched to landfill, and that stuff doesn't break. Carbon doesn't break down. All right? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a wonderful material, but it's also very hazardous. And if you're working on carbon, make sure you. I should even wear a mask when I'm cutting those forks. Because you even get face masks anymore. I generally put a thing over my face or don't breathe for a bit, but I should probably be putting some more protective things on cutting steerers. You know, when you're cutting steerers, I generally use a bit of water to prevent the dust from flying around. I should even take care of more of that myself. But yeah, you got to be careful with the carbon, working on that. But yeah, so they've got these new designs that aren't proven. You know, they're not proven, and then we're using those unproven designs, releasing them to the market, and they pass QC. They might pass the test in the factory, but they don't pass the real world tests. You know, that's why I love selling product that's proven. You know, I don't like new frame designs because I'm like, was it proven? You know, especially forks. It's like, is that fork even safe? You know, is it even safe? So yeah, it's I love just using product that's proven. I don't know, do you like that? I like stuff that's proven. I don't variety. Where do I get variety in my life? You know, some days it's sunny, sometimes it's rainy. That's my variety. You know, I love certainty. I love being able to deliver. I love that certainty. I can deal with uncertainty, like what's going to happen next, but I prefer certainty and contribution and just doing stuff that I know is going to work. I guess variety can be exploring new trails. Yeah, I could do that. But there's nothing that feels better than freaking railing a trail that you really know well and just burming it up. You know, being aware there might be a kangaroo in the next corner or a big brown snake, but you feel that familiarity. It just feels really good. You're at home on it. And so that's with my carb bike designs. You're at home on an FM66 Pragma Glycogen from Duronata. It's proven it works. You know, it works. So there you go. So outdated? No. It's not about outdated. It's about, is it safe and does it work? If that's the answer, then it's better to have an old bike or not unproven, or a boring bike and flog your mates on your sleeper. I love sleeper bikes, you know. Be like, what sort of brand is that? What sort of brand is Pragma Glycogen, Harley? And it's like, that's the brand that's going to kick your ass on the mountain this morning, boy. Yeah. And I love it, man. I love it. You know, I love flogging people on my, $800 second-hand carbon bike, or my bamboo bike, or my own brand bike. I love flogging it, you know. These people, they bought a brand new Cervelo or a brand new S-Works or whatever, which is totally fine, man. More bums on bikes, I'm for that. But there's just something, I do enjoy. Maybe it's childish for me, but I do enjoy serving it up. And I also enjoy getting served on the bike as well. Sometimes people beat me. It's rare, but it does happen. And so I love it, and it's a hard-earned win. If you can drop Duronite up Norton Summit, you're doing pretty good. You're doing bloody good. All right? If you drop me up Norton Summit, you're doing bloody good. Because I'm going to be giving it everything. And yes, I love Norton Summit, the battles up there, the racing, man. Racing up Norton Summit, so safe, so aggressive, so fast. It's the best training out there. So hopefully you've got a climb near you where you can race people. And it's good fun. Good fun. The best training is the fun training. And just, it's random races, you know. Just love it. I love it. Bring it on. You see me at Norton Summit, come and race me, bro. Come and race me. Fly past. Let's go. Let's party. Let's boogie. It's good fun, man. It's the best. But yeah, proven stuff is all I'm all about. New stuff. I used to love new stuff back in the day. I used to look forward to go to the local bike shops and see the new things coming out. You know, and back in the days where Trek were good and Cervelo was good and Specialized was, everything was really good, pretty much. You know, I used to love seeing the new stuff. I just now I'm just like, oh man, I didn't really want to see the new stuff. So I'm like, it's just a letdown. That design, the proprietary fork, that weird looking handlebar. What's this, a fashion show? But I understand it because the consumer's like, give me something new, shut up and take my money. And so we just I think we're letting the consumer dictate what's going on. And then the corporations, I don't know, it's dumb. And this disc brakes for road bike thing. Maybe I'll do a video about that. Maybe I'll do a video of my thoughts about road disc for dry weather conditions. Like road disc for California, road disc for Adelaide. Or maybe I'll do a video about my thoughts on disc brake. Or I might do a video about my thoughts on disc brakes for the Pro Peloton. That's a good idea. Maybe I haven't done that yet, but I'll do one. Anyway, comments and criticisms down below. Oh, we'll see you soon. Carb up.